Good day, everybody, students who have happily registered for the BEdHons in Curriculum Inquiry. This is a new program, so what I'm going to tell you is really at this stage about the planning, and hopefully for those in years to come who do the program, they will have much more information to share with you. Now, this particular program is called Curriculum Inquiry, and I just want to show you some on the screen, some of the key words that you see there. We have the compulsory course, Knowing, Acting and Being, and the main point really being that we are looking into the notion of curriculum. So we will be dealing with issues of analyzing curriculum, curriculum change, what is curriculum studies, a critical approach to curriculum, etc., etc. So if I go back to my own explanation and as to the focus of this particular program, when many people think of curriculum, they think of something like a syllabus. They confuse the idea of a curriculum and a syllabus because many teachers are aware of that concept of a syllabus. But a syllabus is more really what we might call the official curriculum or the prescribed curriculum, what you would see on paper. But the concept of curriculum that we deal with in this program is much broader than the normal sort of syllabus. So we have the kinds of terms that you would be exposed to would be like the curriculum as product or the curriculum as process. Depending how you understand that curriculum approach, you would have a different approach to how you design the curriculum. Curriculum as text, which might be more the syllabus as I speak about, or curriculum as experience, which is the much broader experience of how students learn. We deal with concepts like the official or the intended curriculum and the enacted curriculum. So what is planned, say, by policymakers and by schools may not be what is experienced by learners in the classroom. I think many of you are quite familiar with the term the hidden curriculum, that the experience of learning for a student is far more than what is officially written on paper. And then, of course, we get the social justice aspects and refer to curriculum as praxis. We're looking at what difference can a curriculum make to the social lives of young people, particularly those who are disadvantaged. And then kind of lastly, in terms of the general concepts, when we talk about curriculum, we're not only talking about the knowledge that is built up, we would also be talking about skills, dispositions, values, etc. So there's a whole wide range of concepts and terms that come into the study of curriculum inquiry. Of course, the idea of curriculum also impacts on how a curriculum is designed. So how do you put it together? What are the aims? What are the objectives? What are the methodologies? What are the processes? How does the assessment work? All of that plays out in what it is that you're trying to achieve. But I do have to stress at this point that this program, Curriculum Inquiry, is not about how to design a curriculum. The practical aspect of how to design a curriculum, it's not about that. So we have had some students who've sent in queries to ask, will I learn how to design an economics curriculum or how to design a mathematics curriculum? That is not what it's about. It's about the issues, it's about the debates. It's about what are the key challenges, what are some of the debates globally, and so that is why we call it Curriculum Inquiry. So what I'm going to do is very briefly show you the basic structure of the program. And we'll go to the slides now. And you can see here, admission requirements, I'm not going to go into that because that you would already know about. You obviously do know that it's offered in a blended learning format, so that I'm not going to discuss. But I just want to show you the structure of the program. As you can see there, the program can be completed in 1 year or in 2 years. But either way, you're doing the same structure. So in both instances, there are compulsory modules and elective modules. And the compulsory modules that you will see in your handbook and that you can also see on the screen is Knowing, Acting and Being and Educational Research. All honors students do those 2 compulsory modules. And in this particular program, the students also do a compulsory year module called Curriculum Studies. The other compulsory module, which I'll say a little bit more about in a while, is the research project. But then I just want to show you the elective modules. You only do 1 elective module. I also have to alert you to the fact that not all these elective modules are offered each and every year. It all depends on availability of lecturers, etc., student numbers, etc. But by the time you have registered for this course, you will know whether your elective is being offered or whether it is not being offered. And so, to give you an example, there are a number of electives which relate to a particular subject. If I start with the second one, there's economic and business science education. I'm just looking at the ones with stars. There's history, maths, physical education, science. All of these are subject specific, and they deal with curriculum issues in that particular subject. So there are special entry requirements for those, because if you don't have that subject at a particular level of study, you will not be able to do the advanced study at honors level in that subject. There are two modules which are more generic, and if we look at the screen again, we see the one at the top called Curriculum Change and the other one called Environmental Education. Those do not have very specific entry requirements. Those really can be followed by any student who is interested in those two very important issues. So that's the structure of the module. I'm not going to go into any more detail on the topics. We would be sending all of you a brochure. You can see here on the screen the brochure that you probably have received already, where it gives you the detail of the compulsory modules. And there you see knowing, acting, and being, educational research, and the different year modules. So that's all that's on the brochure. I think finally what I want to say is about the research project. As I've mentioned, all students on this program, in fact all honors students, do a research project, and the way we will structure it is we will link it to your elective. So if you have, for example, done the elective on curriculum change, you will then be asked in your research project to go and do a small investigation around the topic of curriculum change. What you will have to do is draw on the literature that you've been exposed to in that module. So probably, I don't know if it will be the case in every module, but probably one of your assignments in your elective will be a kind of literature review that helps you to move towards your research project, where the idea is that you will go and do a number, or possibly, I think only maybe one or two short interviews about that particular topic, which you will then analyze and discuss and present to us as a research project. So I hope that this will be a stimulating program. We are all, as educators, involved in the topic of curriculum. It's not something we escape. It's in our blood. It's our teaching and learning. It's our content. It's what we are projecting to our students. It's the skills, the values, the dispositions, the histories, the debates. And we think that by being exposed to debates of this nature, you will be strengthened in your delivery of your subject in particular, if you're doing a subject-specific program or elective, or more generally as in your understanding of being an educator more broadly. So I think I omitted to mention my name, that I'm Maureen Robinson, the coordinator of this particular program, and I welcome all of you, and I trust that this will be a very productive learning experience for you. Thanks and good luck, and look forward to meeting you again.